Did you know that in GTA Online, our characters can carry up to roughly 1,985 kilos of weapons and ammunition? That goes to show the sheer number of weapons that we've got in GTA Online, ranging from pistols to assault rifles and even RPGs. Weapons play a huge part in making what Grand Theft Auto is today, and without them, it really wouldn't feel like a GTA game. Over the years, we've received hundreds of weapons across all GTA titles, with some of them being more memorable than others, such as the katana and chainsaw from Vice City, or the never mind. With the release of GTA 6 approaching, we are bound to receive a fresh assortment of weapons, hopefully including some classics from the previous games and entirely new ones that we've never seen before. But until we get our hands on the game, here is my list of top 10 weapons that should be in GTA 6. Starting things off at number 10, we have the railgun. Now, I don't want GTA 6 to be over the top with their futuristic vehicles and weapons, but I do believe the railgun has achieved its iconic status in the GTA world. The way the railgun works could be optimized to offer a more grounded experience by becoming a glorified EMP launcher. The railgun would have the ability to disable vehicles at a long range, and if it were targeting people, then it would basically fry anyone who stands in its line of sight. I don't think a weapon like this should be purchasable in a gun store, but it should be locked away in a secure location as some kind of experimental weapon. This would make it harder for people to get their hands on and hopefully minimize the risk of being griefed in public lobbies. Coming in at number 9, we have the fire extinguisher. Now, I know what you're thinking, it's a fire extinguisher, not a weapon, but anything can become a weapon if you're creative enough. In GTA San Andreas, we actually got to use the fire extinguisher, but it wasn't actually a lot of fun. However, in GTA Online, we got to use the fire truck's water capabilities. Now, I know this was in other games, but you know what wasn't in other games? Your friend getting absolutely blasted, unable to stand up because of the water pressure. Now, imagine this on foot with no place to hide. You whip out the fire extinguisher and you chase down your friends and harass them until they fall over and can't get back up again. Next up in number 8, we have the crossbow and the bow and arrow. Now, I know that's technically two different weapons, but honestly, I couldn't decide which one I prefer more. Like, we already got the bow and arrow in Red Dead, and it makes a lot of sense with the hunting, but this is also GTA, so why wouldn't we want a crossbow? Having a quiet weapon with a decent range would be awesome. This would also be a perfect underwater weapon, which would help fend off sharks or other animals. Isn't an underwater crossbow basically just a spear gun? Well, I guess it is. But that brings me to number 7, the spear gun. I guess this would basically serve as an underwater crossbow. Assuming that we'll be able to go fishing in GTA 6, this would be a very useful tool when it comes to catching large animals. But this is also GTA, so I don't think it would be only for fish and other marine life, but it would make for some interesting moments if we were to use it on land. The spear gun could also have an additional function that might be a bit unrealistic but not too far-fetched. Being able to use the spear gun as a grappling gun would make this a very useful tool. I get that the standard spear gun probably wouldn't hold the weight of Lucia's fat. Being able to swap out the head and use it to grab onto buildings would open up a new way to explore the world. Whether it's to scale buildings or create zip lines, there's no doubt that this would be a very unique weapon. Moving on to number 6, we have the katana. This is something we've seen before, so I'm surprised it never made its way into GTA 5. We've got a range of different blades, but none are as exciting and as fun to use than the katana. I know some people think that the reason it hasn't been added to the HD universe is because it's too gory and they think Rockstar have turned soft when it comes to this stuff. Well, you clearly haven't played Red Dead Redemption because... Coming in at number 5, we have handcuffs. Now, I need you to let me explain. For those of you who have played Red Dead Online, I'm sure you can name at least one funny encounter that you've had with the lasso. The handcuffs in GTA would work like the lasso, without the throwing part of course, but if you can actually manage to get close enough, I'd love to be able to handcuff other players and kidnap them. This would be one of the best features added to the game, and I'm honestly quite surprised they didn't add this to GTA Online with the bottom dollar bounties update. I had my hopes up after watching the trailer, and I was quickly disappointed to find out this was only used for cutscenes. Next up at number 4, we have the paintball gun, another weapon that I'm surprised never made its way into GTA 5. After all, there's literally an indoor paintball area by the docks. Having a non-lethal weapon would be a very unfortunate thing to have in your inventory during PvP combat, but it would be perfect to mess around with your friends without having to worry about attracting a wanted level and having to constantly respawn. It would also be super cool to paint some nice pictures on the wall with it. You know, I'm sure the bullet art community would love that. Moving into number 3 is dual wield weapons. This isn't exactly a specific weapon, but it is a massively missed feature that a lot of us would love to see make a return. GTA San Andreas was great for it, and so was Red Dead Redemption, so I don't see why we wouldn't be getting dual wield in GTA 6. Next up at number 2, we have the flamethrower. It's been a while since we last saw this in a GTA game, so it would be a very welcomed addition to the game. I'd like to see Rockstar bring back a flamethrower and possibly include a satirical version of the Boring Company. Either way, this weapon is a fan favorite amongst the community and a must-have for GTA 6. Coming in at number 1, we have the chainsaw. The chainsaw first appeared in Vice City, so it would be a perfect opportunity to bring back one of the most iconic weapons in the GTA series. We spoke about dismemberment earlier in the video with the katana, and we don't know if Rockstar will have the same gore levels as Red Dead, but we can only hope, because I think it would be awesome to see Rockstar recreate the treacherous swine mission from Vice City. And that's my top 10 weapons that should be in GTA 6. If I've missed any, I'd love to know down in the comments below, what weapons do you want to see in GTA 6? If you enjoyed the video, please be sure to leave a like and subscribe so you don't miss out on the next video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.